Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Today is October 13th. All four division series have finished, and now we set our sights on the championship series. Let's talk about it. Hello, everybody. My name is Steven. This is the middle of the order. How are we doing today? It is Friday, and we're down to the last four remaining teams. The championship series is set. And what a week of baseball it was. What a way these series wrapped up. 2 sweeps, 2 ending in game 4. And now we have 2 days off of baseball today and tomorrow, with the ALCS beginning on Sunday, but we'll talk about that a little bit more when we take a look at those championship series. For now, let's start by recapping our division series, these 6 games that happened, starting with the Rangers and the Orioles. All right, it is game 3 between these teams. Nathan Eovaldi on the bump for the Rangers. Dean Kremer on the mound for Baltimore. In the first, how about Corey Seager hitting a home run to make it 1-0 Texas? Then, a little bit later on in the second inning, how about 5 runs to add on top of that? A 2-run double from Mitch Garver, and essentially the series clinching 3-run shot from Adolis Garcia. It is 6-0. Baltimore does score a run in the 5th off of a Gunnar Henderson single. That makes it 6-1. But in the bottom of the 6th, Nathaniel Lau, a solo shot home run, gets that 6-run lead back. It is then 7-1 Texas. And that is how that series will end. The Rangers sweep the Orioles and are heading to the ALCS for the first time since 2011. Nathan Eovaldi was great in this game. 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 earned run, no walk, 7 Ks. Dean Kremer, on the other hand, not so much. An inning and 2/3, 7 hits, 6 earned runs, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. So congratulations to Texas going into Baltimore, upsetting them, taking 2, and then heading on home to finish the job. The 3-game sweep, and Texas is moving on. Baltimore, thanks for playing. You had just as many wins as the Marlins and the Brewers and the Blue Jays and the Rays. So good for you guys. But on a serious note, it was a good year regardless of Baltimore. You guys are young. You guys will be back. Learn from this, and we'll see you here next year, most likely. So there you go. All right, now taking a look at the Astros and Twins. Game 3, series tied up 1-1, and it's Sonny Gray and Christian Javier on the bumps as this series heads north to Minnesota. How about a 4-run first inning to get the crowd rolling? Not really. Kyle Tucker, the RBI single, and Jose Abreu, a 3-run shot, makes it 4-0. Later on in the 5th, how about a Bregman bomb? Alex Bregman, a solo shot to left field. That makes it 5-0. Very next inning, it's Alex Bregman again with an RBI single. That makes it 6-0. Finally, in the bottom of the 6th, the Twins get on the board. Willie Castro, a single, scores a run. That makes it 6-1. Then to the top of the 9th we go. The game is pretty much over, but after these ones, it definitely will be. Yordan Alvarez, a solo shot, makes it 7-1. And then a few batters later, how about Jose Abreu again? A 2-run shot makes it 9-1 Houston. That is the final. They take a 2-1 series lead. Jose Abreu, how about 2 home runs, 5 RBIs for your night? Have a night, him. Christian Javier on the bump for the Astros. He went 5 innings, 1 hit, no earned runs, 5 walks, 9 Ks, so a strong outing despite a little lack of control there. And then for Sonny Gray, a guy who's always limited home runs, well, did not do so well. 4 innings pitched, 8 hits, 5 runs, 4 of which were earned, a walk, and 6 Ks. The Twins did get a little bit of news after this game. Byron Buxton was added to the ALDS roster in exchange for Alex Kirilloff, who got injured. MLB approved that. So Buxton was on the lineup and was able to play in the remaining games of this series if they so needed or choose, depending on how he felt. Now let's take a look at Game 4. It's Jose Urquidy on the mound for the Astros, and Joe Ryan finally getting his first taste of playoff baseball for the Twins. And just like the Wildcard series, it's Royce Lewis with a solo shot in the first. The Twins are up 1-0, but that didn't last long. Michael Brantley, this guy is old, but he is a pure hitter. A solo shot in the second ties things up 1 apiece. That takes us to the 5th inning where it's Jose Abreu again. They let this guy get hot. His 3rd home run in 2 games. A 2-run shot makes it 3-1. Astros. A little bit later on in the bottom of the 6th, it's the Quebec native from Canada, Eduardo Julien, with a home run. A solo shot makes it 3-2. The Twins are within striking distance, but they cannot find that last run. Ryan Presley strikes out the side to end it and earn the save as Houston heads to the ALCS for the 7th straight year. Oh my God, Houston. They love playing in the ALCS. Jose Urquidy, 5 2/3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 6 Ks. And then Joe Ryan, he was good, but he didn't go long. 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 1 K. You'd always ask that question, what if he stayed in the game a little bit longer? It was Thibaut who gave up the 2-run shot to Jose Abreu in this game. That was the difference in this game as well as the series. But regardless, the Twins, they get through the Blue Jays. They win 1 game against the Astros. They finish their postseason 3-3, which is better than some teams thought they were going to. They will get to stay home now and enjoy the offseason as Houston and Texas face off in an ALCS. We'll talk about that a little bit more later on. For now, let's switch sides to the NLDS and talk about these Dodgers and these D-backs for Game 3. The Diamondbacks take 2 on the road against LA, and they head home for the first time this postseason, being 4-0 and looking for that sweep. We've got Brandon Pfaadt versus Lance Lynn on the bump here for Game 3. Bottom 3, this is where everything comes crumbling down. Geraldo Perdomo, a solo shot. Ketel Marte, a solo shot. Christian Walker, a solo shot. And then Gabriel Moreno sends one down the foul line. It's a home run. No, it's not. It's overturned. Fine, let me crush one. Way fair, way gone. 4 solo shots in 1 inning for the D-backs. The first time ever a team has hit 4 home runs in an inning in postseason history. And what a way to do it, as Gabriel Moreno had to hit 2 essentially, as the first one was foul. The Dodgers stayed in this game though. They scored 2 runs in the 7th and had some hope as Chris Taylor and Kiki Hernandez singled up some runs to make it 4-2. But the D-backs pen has been doing them justice all postseason long. They hold them once again as your Arizona Diamondbacks sweep the Los Angeles Dodgers and head to the NLCS. Who saw this one coming? Wow, Brandon Pfaadt, 4 1/3 innings pitched, 2 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 2 Ks. Essentially exactly what they needed for him. Could he have gone longer? Maybe, but he was electric and what the Diamondbacks needed. Lance Lynn, on the other hand, well, hey, at least you were the best Dodger starter in this series. 2 2/3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 home runs. All of those were the earned runs there. No walks and 1 strikeout. Wow, the D-backs are 5-0 in the postseason. Paul Sewald has saved 4 of those games. They are looking great right now. They head to the NLCS for the first time since 2007, and they have quietly earned their way into this round. The Dodgers, I mean, you could point to a lot of people, but obviously your MVP candidates should take a lot of the blame. Mookie Betts was 0 for 11. Freddie Freeman was 1 for 10. And, you know, when you have your top guys doing that, I mean, you're not going to lead to success. The Dodgers 1-2-3 was 3 for 24 in the series. And, you know, there's not much to say. The Dodgers get written off again. And, you know, last year was the Padres. This year it's the Diamondbacks. So NL West teams against the Dodgers in the NLDS have not been favorable to them in the last 2 years. And this is just another year of that. So sorry, Dodgers, but it is what it is. At least you have 2020, right? All right, now we have the Braves and the Phillies, and after the Braves won Game 2, they head back to Philly. Series tied up 1-1. We've got Bryce Elder on the mound for the Braves versus Aaron Nola. And before this game, and after the second game even, a reporter outside of the Braves clubhouse mentioned how Orlando Arcia made a comment saying, "Attaboy Harper," and was saying that around the clubhouse. We'll talk about that a little bit more, but let's see how that haunts the Braves. In the top of the third, Ozzie Albies singles in the first run. That makes it 1-0 Atlanta, but the Phillies would respond in the bottom of the third with 6 runs as Nicholas Castellanos hits a solo shot. Bryce Harper, a 3-run home run, an electric blast off of Elder there. Real Muto, a 2-run double, made it 6-1 as the Phillies were cruising. Later on in the top of the fifth, Bryce Harper, the king of Philly, another home run, a solo shot that makes it 7-1. Then it's Orlando Arcia who singles in a run in the top of the sixth. That makes it 7-2. But that's okay because in the bottom of the sixth, Trey Turner says boom as he hits a solo shot to make it 8-2. And then in the bottom of the eighth, how about Nicholas Castellanos again, a solo shot, and this one was followed by Brandon Marsh, who goes deep. 2 solo shots in the bottom of the eighth makes it 10-2 Philly, as that would be your final score. The Phillies take a 2-1 series lead and are 1 win away from again taking down the Braves in an NLDS. Aaron Nola was good, 5 2/3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 9 Ks. His counterpart Bryce Elder, on the other hand, not so much. 2 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 6 earned runs, 1 walk, and 4 Ks. The story of this game and eventually this series is the Bryce Harper and Orlando Arcia kind of beef. Both home runs Harper had, absolute daggers at Arcia, stare downs. If you have not seen the photo, just search up Harper Arcia stare down photo on Google. It is the coldest sports photo I've ever seen. Just absolute chills. The photo is absolutely perfect. The Phillies, in this game, they hit 6 home runs, tying the record for the most home runs hit in a postseason game. Harper with 2, Castellanos with 2, and then Turner and Marsh each with a solo shot. Last year, Phillies won game 1, Braves won game 2, Phillies won games 3 and 4 and beat them. This year, so far, same story. Phillies won game 1, Braves get game 2, Phillies game 3, and if they can win in game 4, it's deja vu for the Braves, getting beaten by the Phillies in back-to-back years in the same way. But there's no Rhys Hoskins, so who would hit that 3-run home run in this game? I mean, Bryce Harper, the 3-run home run in game 3. But we're talking about game 4 now, and we've got Strider and Suarez on the bump, a rematch of game 1. And it's Austin Riley who hits a solo shot off of Suarez in the 4th inning to make it 1-0 Braves. There's no way they're going to lose. Nick Castellanos again, a solo shot in the bottom of the 4th, gets it right back for the Phillies to tie the game up. Later on in next inning, the bottom of the 5th, Trey Turner does it again, a solo shot. That puts the Phillies up 2-1. And then again, the very next inning in the bottom of the 6th, Nicholas Castellanos does it again, another solo shot home run. Castellanos is the first player ever in MLB postseason history to have multi-homer games in back-to-back games. 2 home runs in game 3, now 2 home runs in game 4. That makes it 3-1 Phillies. Ronald Acuna Jr. would have the bases loaded with 2 outs in the top of the 7th, and he ends up flying out with a nice catch from Rojas in center field. The Phillies, they do it again the same way as last year. They take down the Braves. It's deja vu all over. They win this one 3-1 and head to the NLCS to face the Arizona Diamondbacks. Ranger Suarez was much better than his first game, going 5 innings, 3 hits, the 1 earned run, no walks, and 2 Ks, while Strider, on the other hand, was worse. 5 2/3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 7 Ks. The Braves lose once again in a heartbreaking series. But yeah, Acuna was 2 for 14. Matt Olson was 4 for 16. The only Brave who really did anything was Austin Riley. He had 2 home runs in the series, was batting .500 or close to at least. And it's a team sport. So when your offense isn't, contributing, I think Michael Harris was 0 for 12 or 0 for 13, something like that, the bottom of the lineup there. It's hard to win ball games no matter how good your pitching is. These were some close games, some low-scoring games, except for that 3rd game. And, the Phillies upset the Braves in back-to-back years and head to the championship series for the 2nd straight year. All right, now I want to just mention a couple of fun things about those division series, as well as talking about the Harper and Arcia situation. And I want to start there quickly here. Orlando Arcia, if you watched the game yesterday, he was upset. He was, talking to Phillies fans. They definitely got under his skin. And obviously, I can understand the frustration from Arcia. You're a player, you're saying something in closed doors, and, a reporter who happens to hear it outside goes public with it, and now you have this whole thing. I understand that completely from Arcia's side. I think he handled it really poorly, mocking Philly fans and kind of being a baby about the whole situation. It happened, to move on. Harper, I think, took it a little bit too much to heart, but at the same time, you're competing, and something as small as that could be enough fire, to push a guy over that limit. 2 home runs in game 3. Trey Turner, a home run in each game. Castellanos, 2 home runs in each game. That kind of small little comments like that can fuel a whole team, and we saw it here with Philly. I don't think Arcia should be upset at them playing good. If that's what's going to fuel them, that's what's going to fuel them. Yes, I don't think the comment should have been released at all, and it just so happened that it did. And from that stuff, I understand from Arcia, If Harper has taken it too much to heart and was really upset about it, that stuff I don't understand. If he's using it just as competitive fuel, I 100% understand that. Harper makes, that's what Harper does. It's why he's a fan favorite. He's the guy that you want to root for, even though he's not on your team. He's that much of a fan's ball player. Philly fans love him. Philly fans are lucky to have him. He is one of the best, and right now he's showing it. But yeah, thought I'd mention that really quickly. The 300-win teams are all out. Baltimore, Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Braves are the 3 teams that won 100 games and are all out of the postseason already. The Astros are the last division winners left standing. Who would have thought? Absolutely nobody. These guys do it every single year. Their 7th straight year in an ALCS. Good God, they're good. I wanted to mention the top 7 hitters in OPS as of right now. Yordan Alvarez, Corey Seager, Evan Carter, Trey Turner, Nicholas Castellanos, Corbin Carroll, and Bryce Harper, all of which are leading the postseason in OPS, all above 1.380. These guys have been very good, and these 7 players, as well as whichever teams they're correlated to, are heading to the championship series. So let's start talking about that. All right, to start, let's talk about the ALCS, and it's the battle in Texas. The Texas Rangers, representing the 5 seed, taking on the Houston Astros, representing the 2 seed. A battle of the AL West. It came down to the last day when the Houston Astros clinched the division. It could have been Texas, but either way, we have this series. Throughout the season series, the Astros had won 9 of the 13, leaving Texas only with 4. The last time the 2 teams met up was at the beginning of September, where the Astros had a 3-game sweep over the Rangers, and beginning what looked like the downfall for Texas to not even make the postseason was that series. They did turn it around after it, though. So there's definitely some vengeance for Texas here, and it's going to be a good series no matter what. Game 1 of this series starts on Sunday at 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. Texas's starter is still TBD, but the Astros have announced that Justin Verlander will be starting it up for the Astros. And when you look at Texas as a whole, what they've done so far against Tampa and Baltimore is nothing short of impressive. Corey Seager, 6 for 14. Evan Carter, 6 for 14. Both of them with 3 doubles each. Both of them with a home run each, and both of them with 3 RBIs each. Corey Seager has 5 more walks because of a 5-walk game he had against Baltimore. Mitch Garver's been doing it. He's 4 for 10 with 7 RBIs. Of course, had that grand slam. Josh Young has been really good. He's 8 for 20. He's got 3 doubles, a triple, a home run. So there's some guys on Texas who have been doing things. Marcus Semien, not so much, kind of on the smaller end of the stick, 4 for 23. Nathaniel Lau, 4 for 22, but he had that home run in Game 3 against the Orioles. When you look at that pitching, Nathan Eovaldi has been great in 2 games. He's pitched 13 and 2 innings to an ERA of 1.32. He's only given up 2 runs, and he has struck out 15, so he is definitely taken over that ace role. Jordan Montgomery, he's been good. 3.27 ERA, 11 innings pitched, gave up 4 earned runs. But I guess the real big thing here has been that bullpen. They haven't had to work too much, but they have not given up a lot of runs. Jose Leclerc has given up 1 run in 5 innings. Bradford has not given up a run in 3 2/3. Chapman, no runs in 2 2/3. Sabors, no runs in 2 2/3. Heaney, a couple runs in 3 2/3 out of the pen there, even though he did start a game. Will Smith has only gotten 1 out, but he didn't get a run. So Texas' bullpen has come up to the plate. They have done their job. That's going to help Texas out in the long haul. as long as that can continue. But against this Astros team, it might be tricky to say. Yordan Alvarez leads the way. 4 home runs, 7 for 16 in the series, a 1.784 OPS, leading the postseason in OPS. Jose Abreu has turned it on in a big way. He's only 5 for 16, but he has 3 home runs, 8 RBIs, leading the Astros team. And everyone else has been pretty quiet. Altuve started the postseason off with a bang, first pitch home run. He's 4 for 17 since then. Chas McCormick 4 for 11. Outside of Alvarez and Abreu, it hasn't been too many fireworks from these Astros. Kyle Tucker remains very quiet, only at 2 for 14. But it's been the pitching that's done very well for them against that Twins in that series. And I expect it's going to be the pitching as well that leads them, through Texas. Verlander pitched 6 innings in his start, didn't give up a run. Bobby Abreu has been great in 3 appearances, 3 innings pitched. Only 2 hits allowed. Christian Javier was dominant. Ryan Presley, two games, 2 saves, 2 innings, and 5 strikeouts. So he's only not striking out 1 batter. Framber Valdez is the big one who got hit in 4 innings and a third. He gave up 5 runs on 7 hits. That's an ERA of 10.38. He is definitely the guy that, but obviously it's only 1 start, right? And we know what Framber can do. Overall, this is going to be a good series. The Rangers have played more in the postseason, but the Astros have definitely been here a lot longer than Texas has. This series, Battle of Texas, is going to be a good one. And now we've got the Chaos Series. Your 6-seeded Arizona Diamondbacks taking on your 4-seeded Philadelphia Phillies. Both were wildcard teams and both are in the NLCS. It's the first time these 2 teams will face off in the postseason. If you look back at this season, the Phillies have won 4 of the 7 matchups. The D-backs won 3. They last played in June, so those games mean absolutely nothing. And we're just going off of who's hot and who's not. And right now, the Phillies are hot. Trey Turner, Nicholas Castellanos, Bryce Harper, those 3 alone have been doing it. Harper is 7 for 19 with 3 home runs. Castellanos is 9 for 23 with 4 home runs. Turner is 12 for 24, batting .500 with 2 home runs and 4 doubles. Outside of them, Realmuto 6 for 22, Marsh 5 for 14, Stott 5 for 21. Schwarber and Bohm a little bit more on the quiet side. And obviously you have your outfielders back there in Josh Rojas, Christian Pache. But this is a Phillies lineup that is hungry. They want some postseason success. Excuse me. And they're looking for it, and they're going to get it. Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola have both been great. Zach Wheeler 1-0 in his starts in 2 games. Aaron Nola 2-0. Zach Wheeler 13 innings. Nola 12 2/3. They've only given up 5 earned runs together. Ranger Suarez has been great. Alvarado, the elite arm back in the pen there. Sir Anthony Dominguez, Gregory Soto, Craig Kimbrell, Matt Strahm. All these Phillies have been doing it. They're hot. They went through Philly like that. They took down the Braves and pretty much owned the series regardless. So the Phillies are looking good coming into here, but let's not forget about the Chaos team. The Chaos continues with the Arizona Diamondbacks. These guys are surprising everybody, and it's not just one person. Corbin Carroll leads the way though. 7 hits, 7 for 17, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Ketel Marte, 7 for 22 with 2 home runs. Tommy Phan's got a home run. He's 7 for 22. Lourdes Gurriel is 5 for 21 with a home run. Christian Walker, 5 for 17 with a home run. How about the young catcher Gabriel Moreno? Only 4 hits, but 3 home runs. He has completely flipped his script from his regular season of lots of contact and no power to lots of power with little contact. He's been great. Alec Thomas, he has 4 hits, 2 of which are home runs. And then how about the veteran there, Evan Longoria, the present he's set for some of these younger D-backs. Regardless of what happens in this series, this whole playoffs postseason has been a win for the Diamondbacks. They will definitely be back here, next year, following years. This is a young core built for a long time, and they've been playing great. Zach Gallen, he's 2-0, a 3.18 ERA, and 11 and an inning pitched there, 11 and a third, excuse me. Kevin Ginkel has been great. He's pitched in 4 games. He's given up 4 hits, but not allowed a run. Morel Kelly in his one start against the Dodgers was 6 1/3 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs. Paul Sewald in the back of the pen there has been dominant. 4 games, 4 saves, 5 strikeouts. Ryan Thompson, they got to a little bit in that 3rd game there. His ERA is at 3.6 now, but 5 innings of work, only the 2 runs. Joe Mantiply in 2 2/3 have not allowed a run. I mean, the Diamondbacks' deep bullpen has been insane, and they're going to need them to continue if they want any success against Philly coming up. So that will wrap up today's episode here. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening. The championship series starts on Sunday. So our next episode will be on Wednesday, a middle of the week episode. Episode 59 will be on Wednesday. I feel like the most exciting World Series matchup would be Phillies and Astros. The first time we would have a rematch since 1976 and 77. I think the D-backs and Astros could be fun. That's going to do it for us here. Those are some stuff that's going on there. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm excited for baseball. Hope you are too. Baseball Championship Series starts Sunday. Thank you so much for listening. I will see you Wednesday.